Do you feel blocked creatively? Are you having trouble figuring out what to do next? Do you just not have the motivation to do it? And in that place, do you ever think about how like they say, oh, everything that's been done has been done. There's nothing new under the sun. There's only so many stories you can tell. I want to tell you why that's in fact not possible. And the reason I know this is because of something known as the Shannon Number. It's the exact possible number of chess games that can ever exist. And that number is 10 to the power of 120. But the current estimate of every atom in the known universe right now in physics is 10 to the power of 81. That seems kind of paradoxical, but somehow this limited space with its limited pieces can create more possibilities than everything that exists. Use that metaphor to realize like what it is you're doing so that the medium you have, the painting, the screenplay, the dance performance, whatever it is, that's the board. And then your pieces are your themes, your feelings, your tropes. And the key to tapping into the infinite is to play. So when people play chess, they don't know the entire game going in. When you play to win, you play to lose, but the key to getting the infinite is to play. So when you're making your piece of art, play. Don't worry about succeeding or failing. Hilma of Klimt, this brilliant painter who was well ahead of her time, who kind of predated all the modernist masters at their own game, but she was not known by anyone. However, she had a massive collection of paintings that no one saw, but her nephew eventually started to display them, and because of the dating of her work, they realized she was kind of the truth in the way. Maybe because she wasn't displaying the stuff, she was really playing for the sake of playing. As you play, oftentimes, the things that don't make sense, these two ideas that are disparate and really don't sound good, you put them together and something brilliant comes out of it. This happens all the time. For instance, when Survivor, remember that show? It was a reality TV show in the 90s. It was a huge hit. It was all ratings juggernaut. A few years later, they announced a drama coming out called Lost about people stranded on an island. And I thought, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But of course, that also became a huge ratings juggernaut. And that first season was pretty good, but I don't know about the rest of it. But point is, take an idea that seemingly is stupid, but you keep working at it, you keep playing with it until something brilliant comes out. And that's how you kind of get through it. But you got to let go of like needing to know and needing to win. Once you let that go, it starts to just emerge. You just surrender to the play of creativity. But also, if you're like losing your motivation, I have noticed that younger artists, whether they know it or not, deep down, they're kind of making art to be loved. Like, look at me, look, mommy, daddy, look what I did, right? But as you mature as an artist, hopefully, you will come to realize that making art is not about being loved, but it's actually to love the world, to express humanity to a wide group of people. And yeah, sure, you could say you make art only for yourself, so make your paintings, put them in your attic, don't show anyone, good for you. But most people that claim that they're not really being genuine about it. For instance, Kafka, he did burn 90% of his writing. He wasn't quite successful in his own lifetime, but before his death, he told the executor of his will, Max Brod, to burn everything after he died. But after Kafka died, Max Brod didn't do that. And so we were able to read The Trial and America and all these other wonderful things Kafka wrote. He could have burned it himself, but he didn't really, did he? When it's not about you, it's easier to fail. And as you keep going, other people are going to support you and help you, because when you're acting selflessly, it is really attractive to people, because we're all used to people being selfish. So when we see somebody that's making art to help the world, it kind of draws a lot of energy into it. So for instance, Ava DuVernay, she's been always supporting other filmmakers, female directors, and she was on the rise after Selma, and then they gave her A Wrinkle in Time to make. But of course, that film was considered a huge box office failure, and most of the time when artists make failures this big, they're out for like a while, right? But it didn't happen to her, because everyone knows what she's about. Everyone knows that she makes stuff not for herself, and she's always supporting others, and it's all about everyone else. Therefore, after that film failed, people wanted to know what's next, so that she just kept going. Whereas other artists that seem like maybe it's for themselves, once they fail, people will celebrate their failure, actually. And they'll love you as you're winning, but as soon as you make a mistake, they're gonna just hate you for it. I could name a bunch of people that this fits with, but I don't want to name those names at the moment. So if you're ever feeling a loss of energy, remember, the art isn't for you. It's to channel the art, to help others experience what it is, to feel connected in the human experience and play. If you keep these things in mind, it really helps you break through any sort of walls and challenges you find in your creative art making. So anyway, if you like this video, check out this other one about how I think we are entering the age of the polymath and what that means, and how you should be proud of it if you happen to be one yourself.